Hello, everybody. This is 1488 here on YouTube, and it's been a long time since I talked to you guys. Not since 2018, but it's been a while. But uh, just gonna say, hey, I'm not done on YouTube yet, so let's go put it that way. Um, okay, so what am I gonna talk about today? Past Christmas. Um, is what has happened in the last 2 years, basically, and the last time I talked to you guys was prior to Easter of 2018, and I was at the time playing for the Harrisburg Sharks in our first year. Um, After we went to South Jersey and beat the South Jersey Eagles, we had the bye week for Easter, and we were coming back the Saturday after to play in North Philadelphia to play the Philadelphia Gators. Unfortunately, uh, I couldn't play in that game, and I couldn't finish the spring season. Eventually, during pregame warmups, I eventually um, pulled a meniscus in my knee, and I was pretty much out for the year. So yeah, it sucked. And as I was gonna let's see, I had a notification. Never mind. Um, Going into the summer and going into the fall, I found out I was going to be the only kicker on the team going into 2019 with the Sharks. So it was my obligation and my duty to make sure that everything with the knee is fully operational in time for OTAs and winter practices to get ready for spring of 19. By the time we played our preseason game in Newark, New Jersey against the New Jersey unit, I was ready to go. So was 100% fully operational, ready to go for the season. Um, and yet, team in 2018 went 8-0. We were the top seed in the American Conference of the NEFL. We had a number one seed, the bye. Unfortunately, I wasn't there for the playoff game eventually because I was at a wedding. So, and found out we lost by 11 points or 10 points or whatever. And so, yeah. And then going into 19, we only won 3 games. One by forfeit, two we earned. But I had a great season, though. I had, with the Sharks, maybe three touchbacks, and I made 2 extra points. Now, in a season like that, people say, "Well, that's not a great season." Well, to me, it is because I barely had a chance to perform myself throughout the whole entire year in 2018. So 2019 was pretty much my shot, and I had to do it for the whole entire year, even though we had a team that was very different to the one in 18. We lost a bunch of players to other teams. Um, it was it was hard. I mean, but I earned the respect um, through the rest of the NEFL and the rest of these other leagues. Uh, Unfortunately, the best part of the 2019 season was before we played Baltimore, the Baltimore Saints, not the Baltimore. There were two teams we played: the Baltimore Giants, the Baltimore Saints, and I think it was after the Delco game. It was after the Delco Cowboys game. I got a call from WHTM. A call from my coach saying, hey, WHTM is going to come over or practice on Saturday, day before we were going to Baltimore. I got interviewed by WHTM's Damon Turbot, who is a very nice guy. He does a very good job for Special Olympics and all that stuff. So hopefully later this week, I will get you the interview from 2019, which have not been uploaded on YouTube yet. Hopefully, maybe it will soon. And unfortunately, with that, I got a call from a first-year semi-pro team. The owner's been the owner of that team, who is a great guy. He was a former semi-pro player, a Marine, and a previous owner coach of the New Jersey Stags. Decided he wanted a team in the Lehigh Valley, and it was called the East Penn Raiders. So I got a call from the owner and says, hey, I seen your interview on WHTM. Would you like to play for us in the summer in the MLF? I'm like, yeah, I heard about you guys in the MLF. I heard about the MLF, very good competition. I said, but where are you guys from? Allentown. And I thought at first, I'm like, I said, Allentown seems pretty far away. I said, and especially the competition going all the way up to New York. I said, that's pretty far. And it took me a little while to figure out, well, they didn't have a kicker, so I gave it a chance, and I pretty much had the coaches impressed. And we went to, in our first year in the MLF, we went to, our first preseason game was up in Syracuse, New York. Great place. Unfortunately, we only played one half because it was there was thunderstorms in the start of the second half. So with that, eventually I stayed the night. So it was great. It was great to be in Syracuse. And then we went to Philadelphia twice. When we went to South Philly twice, we played a couple good teams twice. We played the Brooklyn Seminoles twice. We played the Philadelphia Red Raiders twice. We went to Long Island in Medford, New York. We went to Brooklyn in the playoff game for the American Conference Championship. In our first year, we went to the MLF semifinals. So that was pretty good accomplishment for our first year team. And I think we finished. We played a 10-game season the first year, so we were 7-3, and then we went 9-4. We went 9-4. Played in the American Conference Championships in the MLS semis. So that was great. Great accomplishment for our first year. We then got invited to Orlando in January of this year, which was an amazing experience. I got to see my Aunt Marge, who lived not too far away from the stadium that we were playing in. And we played a team called the Middle Tennessee Bulldogs, who were playing in the middle of playing their season. Eventually, we were done in October, November, and so we got blown out, but it was a great experience, to say the least. And then finding out that the Harrisburg Sharks were no more. And I had to go find another team, so I played for the Cumberland Valley Hitmen, which was the next best thing for the NFL. Got to play for one game, and next thing you know, it was an non-league game, but we won. And then the pandemic hit, and we couldn't play the rest of the spring. then we tried to play for East Penn again this year, which was our season would have started in July, but it got pushed back to September. And before the season started, I pulled my groin, and it wasn't pretty sight. And then the pandemic got even worse, and I stopped playing. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. But that interview with Damon Turbot also springboarded me to a return to Special Olympics. And I said previously, way back in 2010, 2011, that I wanted to make a return. And I did. And it took me a little bit to figure out how to ski again. It took me about 15 minutes. But once I started cooking, I was on fire. And eventually I got called up to States in the first year back and made it and won 3 golds by just competing with myself for basically in my own division, based on my age and qualifying time. So it was pretty sad, at least. I was up against my own competition. I didn't know it was going to be in a group or something like that. Like compared to what happened in 2006. But unfortunately, this year, going into 21, there will not be any skiing this year. So I'm a little shocked about that, but it's the pandemic, and hopefully everything will be going into 21 a lot better than expected. And hopefully I'll be back soon to compete. So that is all I have to say on this subject. I will try to be back on YouTube more than ever now that I've got this laptop here. So I'm going to try to do something, talk about Formula 1, all that stuff in the near future. So until then, it's 1488 signing out. Hope you guys had a Merry Christmas. And I'll probably have that video uploaded of the interview that I had from last year. Hopefully uploaded in the next few days. So until then, God bless. Miss you all. See you next time. Bye.